Hi everyone, today's video tutorial is really about this little cute little hexagon box that I've got here that is holding a couple of coffee sachets. It's actually part of a gift set that I created, which is used the Perfect Blend stamp set, a little bit of gorgeous grunge and off the grid, as well as there's some hexagons here in the background that are embossed. Let me show you those. Some little hexagons that are embossed and cut in half as a background piece there. So this is a little coffee card, and to go with a coffee card, what better than actually having some coffee? So I wanted something that was going to sort of just fit a couple of sachets in it. So this, keeping with the hexagon theme, I created this little hexagon box, and I want to share with you exactly how to create this one. So what you'll need is a piece of cardstock that measures 5 3/4 by 4 3/4. Now you'll need a score tray here, and what we're going to do is everything is going to be scored at every 3/4 of an inch. So what you're going to do though is you're going to pop it into your score tray so that the 4 3/4 inch side is along the top here. Okay, so the 4 3/4 runs along here, and you'll see I've put in the markers here every 3/4 of an inch. I'll let you know what they are as I score them, and hopefully I'll say them right, because I've had a history of saying the wrong marks, but hopefully I'll get it right for you today. So we're going to start with 3/4 of an inch, and then it's 1 1/2 inches, 2 1/4, 3 inches, 3 3/4, and the last one here is at 4 1/2. And what you'll find is you've got this little 1/4 of an inch section here, and this is the bit we're going to use to glue our box together. The last thing you need to do though is to turn it 90 degrees so that now that the 5 3/4 is along the top here, and you're just going to come down the bottom and do one score line at that 3/4 of an inch mark. Okay, so that's all of the scoring that you need to do. Let me remove the tray. Now there's a couple of pencil marks that you just need to add onto this bit of embossed cardstock. Now I'll zoom in a little bit for you to show you what I'm doing. Now I'm not sure how well you can see, but I'm hoping this cardstock, even though it's dark, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. We've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 score lines that run across the top here. What we want to do is find the middle two. So we're going to find the middle two by moving into the 1 2 3rd one this end, and 1 2 3rd one this end. So these two score lines here represent the center two score lines. What we're going to do is get a ruler and a pen, and we're going to come down 2 inches on both of those center score lines. So 2 inches and 2 inches. So, oh gosh, it's very hard to see on there, isn't it? So what you want to do is just mark 2 inches down, get yourself a pen and scribble across at 2 inches there. Okay, and then all you're going to do is you're going to join where you've got those two 2 inch marks to the top of the very first score lines on each side. So this is score line number 1. So all I'm going to do is get my ruler and go between this 2 inch mark here and the top of that first score line, right? And I'm just going to create myself a diagonal line that goes like that. Do the same thing on the other side. We're going to go to this top of the first score line on this edge to that 2 inch mark that we created, and draw myself a straight line, not a curvy line, a straight line, so that we've got this sort of V-shaped with a bit of a flattened bottom there. Now all it is about now is getting your pair of scissors and cutting yourself a few bits and pieces out of this marked up cardstock. So let me just widen a little bit. So the first thing I like to do is take out obviously this little V section that we've created. So now we've created that V section, we've taken that out. The other cuts you need to make are this little bit of 3/4 inch that we scored down the bottom. You're going to cut along each of those 6 score lines at the bottom up to this score line. Okay, so now once you've done that, the last thing is you need to create some tabs to close the box together. So to create the tabs, you're going to turn it around so that you've got this really thin 1/4 inch strip, remember, that we left here. and I just come back in and remove sort of two ends like that, just to curve it all in. Okay, so that's what you're left with. Now it's just a matter of folding along those score lines. Okay, so all the score lines are now folded along. You need to add some double-sided tape. I like to do mine all in one hit so that it's done and done. So with the score lines folded sort of in this way, I use some double-sided tape. And this is just a trick that I do because I know exactly where the score lines, the tape needs to be. On these middle three, well, you know, the middle panel here that we've got this flat piece on, this little bottom tab and the one either side of it is where the tape needs to go. So I just get double-sided tape, stick it on. I'll lift it up and show you. Stick it on those three tabs, and I know that they're all joined together, but then all I do is get my scissors and recut along those lines that I've already done there and there. That's just a quick way of getting tape on those three little tabs right there. Okay, so that's a quick thing that I do. So that's on the inside. Now you're going to turn your box to the outside, so with the fold lines kind of popping up at you. And the last bit of tape you need to do is along this 1/4 inch strip along here. Okay. So that's the only bit of taping that you need. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by taping the sides together. So I do this by taking off this piece of double-sided tape, and if yours is a little bit over like mine is, just make sure you tuck it back over before you join it together. Like that. Okay, so you're just going to join that side with the back here, and try and do it so that you can see that, so I can still see what I'm doing. This could be tricky. I'm just going to line up the tops of those down to the bottom and press that seam closed like that. So that's the side seam done. Okay, so that's our box sort of taking shape. Then all we've got left to do is close our base up. Now I leave this very center tab as the last tab I put down, so then I'm just going to connect side to side, side to side, if that makes sense. So it's actually, whoops, throwing things around now. It's actually easier. I'll just take off all of that tape from all of those three tabs. Remember that middle one is the last one that we put down. Doesn't matter which order you do the other two. So all you're going to do to keep the box square is take opposite tabs and move them across and touch them to one another. Like there, and then the last set go like there. Voila! Don't know how well you can see that, guys. It's dark cardstock. Poor choice of colour. Tap it down from the inside, and there's your little hexagon box. Once you decorate it with a belly band, and you can stick 2 coffee sachets in there, it's the perfect little gift to give someone. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoy that one, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye!